Hello, I'm Franciscan Father Garret Edmunds, speaking to you from the Franciscan Monastery in Washington, otherwise known as Mount St. Sepulchre. This Sunday, July 15th, the Franciscans of the Holy Land, and in fact the entire Church of Jerusalem, will be celebrating the dedication of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Here at the Franciscan Monastery, even though it's a regular Sunday, we also will be celebrating the dedication of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I'm standing here in front of the replica at our shrine of the actual tomb of Christ, the Holy Sepulchre. And when you come and visit us here, you have a chance to see that, as well as other shrines in the Holy Land, other shrines in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Church of the Holy Sepulchre is built over the place where Jesus was crucified, buried, and raised from the dead. I oftentimes accompany pilgrims in the Holy Land, and when I do so, people are very often surprised at how close Calvary and the tomb is. People really shouldn't be surprised because the Gospel tells us that after Jesus died on the cross, he was buried in a new tomb very close to the place where he had been crucified. And so if you go to Jerusalem today and you go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, not the largest church in the world, perhaps not even the most beautiful church in the world, you will, within the confines of this relatively middle-sized church, see both the place where Jesus was crucified, the place where he was buried, and from that same place where he was buried, the place where he was raised from the dead. Although the Church of the Holy Sepulchre may not be the most beautiful, and certainly not the largest church in the world, it is arguably the holiest place in the Christian world. When Christianity became legal in the Roman Empire, and it was possible for Christians to begin to build churches, one of the first churches to be built was the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. The Emperor Constantine sent his mother, St. Helena, there to build a church over the place where Jesus had been crucified and raised from the dead. This grand Constantinian church continued in use for almost 700 years. It was heavily damaged by the Persians in the 7th century and then completely destroyed by an Egyptian caliph named Hakim in about 1007. When the Crusaders came, they rebuilt the church, and the church that you see in Jerusalem today is the church built by the Crusaders in the 12th century. So the feast that we celebrate this Sunday is the feast of the dedication of that new church built by the Crusaders in the 12th century, the church that you would see if you came to Jerusalem today. So we hope that you will have an opportunity, perhaps, to come and join us this Sunday, July 15th, here at Mount St. Sepulchre, the Franciscan Monastery in Washington, and join us in celebrating the dedication of the church in Jerusalem. And even if you are not able to join us, hopefully you will remember this holy place in Jerusalem where the central events of our salvation took place, our Lord's death on the cross, his burial, and his glorious resurrection. Again, this is Father Garret Edmunds from the Franciscan Monastery in Washington. I wish you all peace and every good.